This is Jarrod Horak for the RunawayHorse.com, and welcome to my latest Kentucky Derby 2022 points race video. This is the 10th race in the series, and through the first 9 races, my top choices have won twice, and then in the last 4 Derby points races, the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes, the Remsen, the Los Al Futurity, and the Remington Springboard Mile, my top choices all finished second in those races. So I have a case of seconditis right now. Let's see if we can break through and get a victory in the next Derby points race, which is the Gun Runner Stakes. Now don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this content, and head on over to the RunawayHorse.com if you're interested in reading my Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks blogs. You can find those on my Kentucky Derby 2022 page. And if you're interested in watching all the videos for the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks series, all those are on my YouTube channel. My full cards will resume with Santa Anita Park for Sunday, December 26th. And you can find those full cards at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page. I'll be covering Santa Anita each day that they run. And if you're interested in bonus free selections, in the description in this video, I will provide links to bonus free selections that I post on the internet, including my daily Horse Racing Nation Best Bets blog. Now let's get into the analysis of this video. And for Sunday, December 26th, I'm going to do the 11th race from Fairgrounds, the $100,000 Gun Runner Stakes. This is the first running of this race for 2-year-olds, a mile and a 16th on the main track with a scheduled post time of 6:06 p.m. Eastern Time. And number 1 in this race is Epicenter for trainer Steve Asmussen, and he's one that should make his presence felt throughout from that inside post. He did that in his debut, but he faded in the stretch. At 7 furlongs at Churchill Downs, beaten almost 8 lengths when he finished 6th in that 10-horse field. But then he went on a 1-turn mile, second time out, on a good track from the outside post. He ended up battling on the lead early. He took over and he edged clear and he won nicely by more than 3 lengths. So if he can get out there and control the pace, he could be tough to catch. Wait a Minute Hayes is the 2. Crossed the line first in 3, and actually in his last 3 dirt races, but he was disqualified and placed second in a stakes race at Delta Downs last time out at 1 mile when he stalked the pace from the outside post. His start before that, 6.5 furlongs at that same venue, he dueled on the lead and he held on by a head. So he's one that has that early pressing versatility because both of his official victories, he did go wire to wire, but he did show that versatility stalking last time. But he's going to be facing better company. He needs to run faster, but he is getting faster. He's just not fast enough yet. Number 3, Rocket Dawg, a $375,000 purchase. The sire is Classic Empire here. Distorted Humor, the dam sire. He's bred to get the distance. This is a second-time starter for trainer Brad Cox. In the debut at 7 furlongs at Churchill Downs, post 9, he stalked outside, and he was able to make a nice move from 7th to 2nd. And then he just pulled clear and he won by more than 5 lengths. That was a nice effort. It's not easy to win at 7 furlongs first time out, but he did just that. And now he's going to stretch out and he should handle the added ground. Number 4, Surfer Dude should be up on the pace. He was up on the pace against Epicenter, the 1 horse in this race at Churchill Downs on November 13th. He had an inner post. Epicenter had the outside post and therefore the tactical advantage. Surfer Dude rushed up a bit inside. He battled on the pace. He was best of the rest in 3rd. Then he turned back to 7 furlongs last time at Churchill. Up on the pace again, tracking from 2nd, and he won by a neck. Now he's going to stretch out to 2 turns. He's almost certainly going to show some speed in this race. I would expect Epicenter from the rail to show some speed, and then Surfer Dude to his outside flank should be pressing him. Number 5 in this race is Kevin's Folly. This one, he's had 4 starts with a win and 2/3. His 2 below par efforts, or one of them was okay. In the Grade 1 Hopeful, he was a distant 3rd. And then the Grade 1 Breeders' Futurity, he was 8th, beaten 12 lengths. And then against Optional Claiming Company last time at Churchill at a mile and a 16th, he ended up finishing an even 3rd. So he's going to need to step up his game. He didn't run well enough in his 2 stakes races to be considered a serious win contender. And then his last Optional Claiming race, I would have liked to have seen him run a bit better. But there wasn't a ton of pace in there, and he did finish, and he'll probably be finishing in this spot. Tejano Twist is the 6. This one's already started 8 times. He has 3 wins in 3 seconds. Back-to-back victories at 6.5 furlongs at Keeneland and Churchill Downs. And that Churchill Downs win last time was in a $200,000 stakes race where he rallied from fourth place, sitting nicely in mid-pack. And then he did the same thing from off the pace in his start prior to that as well. So he's won. Right now, I would have to say he hasn't routed yet. I want to see if he can, because they've already run 8 times. You would think they would have already tried him over a routed ground. But his speed figures are slowly improving. He did earn decent numbers in back-to-back victories. We'll see if he can handle 2 turns. I want to see him prove it. And if he does, though, he is a contender in here. Number 7, Rich Strike. He was scratched from the Remington Springboard Mile. They chose this spot instead. Sure looked good in his maiden win. He broke his maiden by more than 17 lengths at Churchill Downs, but that was a maiden claiming 30. Eric Reed claimed him that day, and then ran him in an optional claiming 1 mile race at Keeneland last time, and he was an even third, rallying from a bit off the pace. He's another that's going to have to try to rally from off the pace, and there might not be a ton of pace in this race. Looking at the overall pace scenario, I would expect number 1, Epicenter, to be out there trying to secure the early lead from the inside post, and then pressing him outside. For sure, it looks like Surfer Dude. If that scenario plays out and they go a little bit faster than they would like to early, then there's a good chance that number 3, Rocket Dawg, can run them down. And that's the scenario I'm looking for. Looking for those 2 to go out there, set at least honest fractions, possibly contested fractions, and then Rocket Dawg sitting in that right stalking spot, running them down in the stretch. So number 3, Rocket Dawg, for trainer Brad Cox, is going to be my top choice in his second career start. Giving up some experience in here, but he really looked good in that 7 furlong debut, and I think he could get better as distances increase. Certainly Epicenter is my second choice. I think he's the one to catch and beat in here. Would not be surprised if Surfer Dude hung on for a share. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and that will wrap up this video. Now my next Kentucky Derby points race videos for that series, January 1st, they have 3 points races for the Kentucky Derby, and I'll be back and I'll be looking at all of those races. Until then, good luck at the races.